Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about... No, not quite ranting, but probably more into agreeing the message of what this dude says from Bounding to Comics. Eric July calls out actors who take on race and gender swapped roles. These guys have absolutely no integrity. I happen to agree with him. They absolutely have no integrity whatsoever. If you're going to take the role of a race-swapped character, or a gender-swapped, or if you're gonna make it alphabet-washed, it's going to be a bit of a problem, because it just means, well, the writers have no respect whatsoever for the source material. The directors have no respect whatsoever for the source material. It means the actors behind it are in it only for the money, and they probably have no respect for the source material. But this is multiplied tenfold if it's a historically based show or things like that, or movies. And that means it's tenfold worse in what if the writers of the said product or show is writing a historical piece and they have no respect whatsoever. It's 10 times worse, tenfold worse. And let's go and read this. YouTuber Eric July called out actors and actresses who take on race-swapped and gender-swapped roles for Hollywood films and TV shows in a recent clip from his podcast From Canon's Sake. July uploaded a video titled Actors with No Integrity Accepting the Roles of Tokenism. In the video, July states, let's talk about those actors and actresses real quick. These guys have absolutely no integrity, which is why you should not take them serious in their advocacy for definitely something on the subject matter of a race. And he is absolutely correct on that one. Especially some of these actors that you see there, at least in the picture he quoted here, I don't recall them saying anything related mostly to race. Probably Idris Elba. No, I take it back. Now Javicia Leslie, she does have a tendency to say retarded shit. Him I haven't seen yet, nor her, but I know that Idris Elba and Javicia Leslie have spouted nonsensical bullshit about race. Then we have, for instance, Neil Gaiman saying retarded shit about race. No, it's completely fine when I do it. That it is completely fine to race swap Death and the other characters in the upcoming Sandman TV show. It's retarded. Anyway, let's go. He continued, they take the gigs, and I don't think people seem to understand that, or rather they lose sight of that. If these black actors and actresses had actual integrity, for one, they wouldn't even try out for these gigs, because you do understand Hollywood. They have people in mind and they have certain attributes that they want the person. Exactly. They almost all of their calls for a certain role, they specify the looks of what the actor must look, or the type of personality of the actor and things like that. They are absolutely a requirement for this job. Look, in reality, most of the jobs, I absolutely 100% agree in the meritocracy. As in, based on merit, based on your skills, on what you are capable of doing, pick the best person for the job, regardless of race, what they carry between their legs, who they choose to sleep with, or how nonsensical their political alignment is. Take the best for the job, and that's it. And that's 99% of the case. But for a theater operation, or in situations where your image becomes the selling product. For instance, a hairdresser, then a certain look or a certain image, I think I can understand why they would discriminate against a certain race or a gender. For instance, it wouldn't paint too well if the person who you hire to be a hairdresser ends up wearing a veil, a face veil. It will not be proper, especially because if you're trying to sell to the client that your hairdressers or the people who actually take care of hair or do the hairdos and things like that are professionals and they know what they're doing, you need to sell them on your own employees. The same thing for theater dramas, theater plays, and things like that, or TV shows, or movies, and even documentaries. It doesn't make much sense, for instance, to portray, say, King Arthur as black. It makes no sense. The same way it makes no sense in portraying Zulu as white. You need to make a difference. You need to separate race and gender if you're doing historical characters or you're doing from a specific kind of lore. You need to respect those things, and even more so only on those situations that I agree, hire based on looks, genders, and things like that, not based on who you decide to sleep with or your political alignments. Those are definitely not of any concern on any work. Take, for instance, Lord of the Rings. Gandalf. He was gay in real life. But in the movie, it didn't even matter if he was gay or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't come out into play. And if he plays as a gay character, and there is a gay role, well, sure. If, for instance, The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon, I forgot the Parsons. Bill Parsons, I think that's the name. The actual character from Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. He is gay in real life, but the character he portrays in the show is straight. I had no problem whatsoever with any of that. It's completely normal. His desire to have something shoved up a hip bundle made no difference in his acting, or made no difference in the show he portrayed as a straight dude. And the same thing happens if you're straight portraying a gay character on a TV show. It doesn't matter. But if you have a specific look and the character looks specifically like something historical or based on a book or a comic book or a game or whatever medium you choose, you need to respect that. Anyway, let's go. He went on to explain. This black actor actually targeted I think they have people in my... Oh, read that. What I'm saying is there is no such thing as a tokenization. Even the Kevin Feige, one of the world, would have basically admitted all of this. But there's no such thing as a tokenization by way of the best actor or actress getting the job. That doesn't happen. Which is why nowadays, when you see it happen, they spin all the campaign trail of the actual film, promotional videos, and show all that sort of stuff that they lead with that. Like, oh, well, look at this. You need to mention, if you're going to cover this, Variety, we are going to give you this exclusive scoop. Here, make sure you mention the fact that they are black. Exactly. Look, this is one of those situations, and the actress here portrayed the role splendidly, perfectly, but unfortunately she doesn't fit the image of the character she's portraying. She's not supposed to be black, she's supposed to be a redhead. I am sorry. Okay, that means that she also did portray some woke nonsense on Twitter and shenanigans, but still. Anyway, every organization is something that is purposeful. They do that. It's not an accident. It's not an open casting. It's not something like that, he asserted. He goes on. So, these guys are in position to either not try out for the role or decline them. They do that for many other roles, but that's not what happened. You see all these tokenizations that are happening in the live action setting. They are taking those gigs. They have no integrity, because if they were, they'll be the ones saying, you know what, I don't play a black version of a classic white character. I don't want to play a copy of a classic white character. There are mountains upon mountains of source material of original black characters that are associated with Big 2 that you can use, or you can create a new one. And he goes on to prove the example that I love to do in every single video, that I cover this type of subject. Here it is. You did it, John Diggle. John Diggle was not based on a comic book character. Like I said, he was added in addition into the comic books around the time the show came out. Arrow, that is just something they came up with. You can do that. Exactly. That's exactly what I want in a show. If you're going to make, for instance, let's take Flash show. You need to add diversity in the show because reasons. Then you go on and think, let's make this redhead here in black. No. What you do is create another character in which that black actor can go and portray the role. Exactly what they did with John Diggle, with David Ramsey. He was perfect for the role. His acting was impeccable. He was amazing. I became a fan of the character, and I am an advocate for CW to make a show based on him. He's Spartan. Make a show Spartan. And make a show based on him. I don't give a shit, make it. Instead of making an absolute race-swapped shit show called Batwoman. No. Let's focus on that show instead of making it Spartan. I would be interested in watching Spartan. I want a show with Spartan, which is John Diggle. Why can't Hollywood do that? No. Let's race swaps. It's better. Let's give you scraps. Seriously. Anyway. But that's not what we generally see. We see tokenization, race swaps, gender swaps, sexuality swaps, and they dwell so much on that. Exactly. July then brings it back to the actor. See, this is why I'm saying, though, to bring this back home. Why you shouldn't take them serious in their advocacy? Because they are only doing what's advantageous to them. Seriously, what's wrong with my English today? But the actors and actresses that fill these roles have absolutely no integrity. It is a paycheck to them. It is something that is a vanity project for them, often if they are on a production team, and it's something they can utilize to advance their careers, so they are going to take the gig. You got those people who are bluntly showing you that they have zero integrity. Why would anybody take them serious in any of their advocacy? They can't even turn down a damn role. So I'm supposed to listen to them when they get and start pontificating about race and social justice on all sort of crap. You won't even, in your own industry, advocate or demand originality. All you're getting is sloppy fucking seconds, and you take that shit every time. Every time. Exactly. You're taking handouts. You're taking scraps or charity. Or charity roles. You're taking useless crap because, oh, I'm so sorry, you need representation. Oh, here, have the scrap roll. I'm giving you out of my superiority. Oh, here, thank you. See, that's exactly what they do. They are a joke and not to be taken serious on anything they talk about in regards to these roles, because you're telling me right there you're a sucker. You know damn well these characters aren't built like that. Instead of getting on some original shit, you'd rather take the sloppy second to get a tokenizer. And then they butter you, soften you up, have you out there on a campaign trail talking and dwelling your fucking race. Holy shit, this guy is awesome. I need to remind myself to subscribe to him. July then specifically points out DC fandom and Batwoman. I couldn't take that DC fandom shit serious when he announced the black bisexual Batwoman, which is apparently a very shitty show. It is because I have been watching Az suffering on the screen for me. Thank you, Az, for your sacrifice. Your sacrifice has been noted. You're a martyr. Which, he continues, which is again tokenized version of a tokenized character. Because Batwoman itself is a knockoff of Batman, and then they race swapped her, so now you get a black Batwoman, and all she talking about on DC fandom is, oh, I'm just being a member of this community, and being black, and being the color, and all this sort of bullshit. Yes, you're playing a tokenized square role, you're not to be taken serious, and you took the gig, obviously, hopes to advance your career, but all of that activism shit is nonsense. You aren't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing, you just take roles. Jesus Christ, this guy is absolutely on fucking point. Like say, actors rejecting the role based on what the character looked like in the comics is not unheard of. Deadpool actor Ed Skrein stepped away from the character of Major Bendaimio in Hellboy. Skrein, who had originally accepted the role, but after a fan backlash decided to drop the role. He was replaced by Daniel Dae-Kim. Look, I have a huge list. I pride myself on this list. There's a new role coming up for Hellraiser, but I need some certain confirmation before I... Sorry about that, there's a lot of dust in the air. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, right. I pride myself in this list. I make it a lot of effort in trying to keep it as up to date as fucking possible. But there comes a point that it becomes kind of annoying because there are multiple announcements of race, gender, and even alphabet washing. As you can see over here, look, blackwashing. Look at the amount of characters that they have done. Jesus Christ, stupid mouse. Look at this. Look. This is too much. Too fucking much. Look. And as you spot, the R means historical revisionism. Jesus Christ, stupid mouse. Where was I? Here it is. Historical revisionism. This means historical revisionism. It means that the people who decided to make it had absolutely no respect for history, and which is tenfold worse than those who have no respect for lore material of books and comic books, and then go on and make something like that. They race swap a historical character, which is an absolute goddamn fucking retarded fucking bullshit. Look at this disaster. Even a continuation of a show, Powerpuff Girls, which was supposed to be a white character, gets a race swapped. Well, she also got race swapped with Asian, but that's still on the other character. But still, or even for instance, Masters of the Universe. What was it? Andra. Here it is. Andra, Master of the Universe Revelation. She was white in the original, and then suddenly in the continuation, the sequel, she becomes black. What the fuck? Yes. They have absolutely no respect. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester. If you like more spicy content, head to bitcher.com/Jester, minds.com/Jester. And remember, visit drjester.neocities.org for that list. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a very good fucking night.